Hi, I'm Don Purdom. Lori, I want to answer a question that you posed to me on my Facebook community page yesterday. And here's essentially what your question was. She says, Rail one of the company, military audience marketing, is my bread and butter, and I'm able to get some small contracts rather easily because I'm an influencer in that audience. However, the clients are small business owners, so there's a limit to the value of a single contract, maybe $8,000 to $10,000. On the other hand, Rail 2 is my money maker. Example, I just closed an $80,000 contract for once-a-month training sessions for a healthcare team. Where is the friction point at which I let someone else take over the small business side of the house and focus my energy on corporate contracts, keeping in mind that I'm the key person of influence in the military-based contracts? Lori, that is a really great question, and it's something that virtually every business owner struggles with. At what point am I doing something that's counterproductive to the growth of my business? Now, in your case, what I would say is this: work your way into it and don't get into a big hurry. There are lots of different ways that you can do this, but one strategy to think about and one way to employ this is to just step back for a second and say, okay, what are the deployable resources that I currently have, and how do I use those resources to help me make this transition? So, number one, find that one key person who's already inside your company that is really skilled and has the personality and the knowledge to run that side of your business for you. If you know who that person is, begin to train them, begin to enable them, begin to make a transition where they can take ownership over that side of the company. And as you begin training them and they're coming more and more up to speed each week, start giving them a little bit more responsibility. Now, as you make that transition to where maybe someday you're no longer even necessarily personally involved in that side of the business, at least not on a day-to-day thing, right? You can put yourself in a position where once a week you're having a meeting with this person. You're going through what are their goals, what are their objectives, what things are they doing, what are they not doing, where are the success points, the fail points, all of the different things that need to happen in about a 1-hour meeting once a week with your team member. I would encourage that. Now, that doesn't necessarily even mean you have to be face-to-face all the time. It could just be email report. Sometimes the worst things we can do are having fabricated meetings where nothing's really getting accomplished and we're talking when we could be actually doing something. So there's a point in there that you kind of have to evaluate that and figure that out for yourself as to what the right and wrong thing is to do in that arena. But that would be the suggestion I make, is how to put a transition plan in place that you could give responsibility to a key team member and let them start taking that area over of the business so that you can go focus on the big fish, so that you can work on earning those bigger contracts that are going to take you to that sweet point. And here's a thought, just something I want to introduce. And I think you've already figured this out by the way you asked the question. You don't want to let that small fish go away, because it's the small fish that you can build your business on, and it's the large ones that you can catapult your business through. I hope that makes a little sense. If you're, all of us are pretty much familiar with Billy Graham. Billy Graham's, his model of fundraising in his ministry was get a whole bunch of people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people giving $25, $50 a month. And then go find those big ones that help fund those capital campaigns and the big stuff that he wants to do. Well, in the same principle, if you find a whole bunch of people that are giving you a small amount of money, you can actually build your business on top of that, in the sense that you know what your expenses are each month and what your income is, and you can go to the bank on that. When you get those really big ones, then that just pads it really super tight over the top of it. So that's just another way of thinking about it. Lori, I hope the video was helpful to you. I'm obviously going to post this on the community page. I hope we'll be able to interact and engage there, and I hope you'll find my video helpful.